Hi, good morning, Anurag. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. What
Good.
have you been up to?
Nothing much, just under the weather. The weather is really bad here in Mumbai, so every other person is falling sick.
Oh, is it so? Because yesterday I talked to one tutor. She was from Delhi, and she was also sick. She was also very sick, and there was also it was also raining over her place. So,
So I don't know,
is it?
something is wrong with the weather, everywhere. So yeah, most of the people I'm talking to or I'm coming in touch with are going through something or the other. So yes, it's
Yeah, the weather's being capricious lately.
yes. So Anurag, you tell me, how is it going on?
It is going fine. Yeah,
Okay, great.
nothing much, nothing special.
Okay, nothing
It's-
special, just the work and everything, the normal average.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, great.
Life is going on.
Okay, that should be there. That it should be going on well.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So have you gone to the topic today, Anurag?
Yes, I have.
Now it speaks about the future,
Yeah, right.
right? And
Yeah.
before we go ahead, we will be doing the extemporary topics. I'll be giving you two topics. You have to select one of it and speak about one of them. Okay, just
All right.
so the first one is tricky situations often have simple solutions, and the second one is banking frauds.
Yeah. Okay. I will go with the first one.
Okay, tricky situations,
Tricky situations often have a simple solution.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do believe that tricky situations do have a simple solution. You just have to look at the problem in a right way. We are often uh, we are often so engrossed with the problem that we are having that we kind of go into very complex we overthink the situation. We go into very complex for very complex solutions, and we don't even realize that the problem can be solved by just doing a simple just using your brain and doing something that is very simple. uh, so for example, uh, once uh, I went to give my car for servicing, and in the garage, uh, the mechanic, um, my glove box, my glove box was not working properly. The lid won't shut. So yeah, so the mechanic was looking it up, and he found out that the hinge that connects to the box, that was broken. So what was happening, that whenever I was trying to close it, it sort of misaligned with the hinge, and so it would never uh, go into the latch.
Okay.
So uh, he's so the only solution was to change the complete part, the
Right.
complete glove box. But he the mechanic came with a very ingenious idea. What he did was he uh, got a zip tie, and he tied the hinge to that the thing, so that it aligned properly, and it worked. So
Right.
that was as simple as that.
And you wouldn't
So
even think about doing that because that idea
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
right.
yeah. Because sometimes we have to think out of the box
Correct.
for these kind of things, and the solutions seem to be elusive, but they are not.
Exactly.
We just
Exactly.
have to try different options.
Right.
And so yeah, life has pretty tricky situations. You just have to be calm and make use of your brain. So
Yeah.
that's what I believe.
Okay. So what do you feel, Anurag, that, does it happen very normally that you have to think, as you said, that you have to use your brain that time and come up with another option? So do you think this is very commonly, it's very common because when you are in that situation, you are not able to find out that easy solutions. So
Yeah, yeah.
as you said, yes, you need to be calm and think about the second situation. But do you think that most of the people actually start blaming the situation and doesn't want to come out of it?
Mm, yeah, some people try to blame, because if they are having a bad day, and it adds to their misery, then they
Yes,
obviously they
right.
blame for it. But yeah, uh, we can find a solution. We just have to be a little bit creative, I think.
Right, right, right. Good one. I think that it was a very good one. Good example given by you, especially when you put in a story there of your own life, it becomes more interesting. So it's
Right.
good to
Okay.
always add in a story. You know, the story always pulls the audience, pulls the person whom you're talking to. All the attention goes to you when you start adding a story of your own, like of your own life.
Yeah.
So that's good
Yeah.
enough. And I told you right before also that when you're talking about the extempore topic, always remember to the structure of the extempore, that it will be having an introduction, then the body, the structure, like where what you want to speak about the topic, and then the conclusion will come. Okay. So
Right.
you
Right.
actually did all of them. Just the introduction could have been better about the topic, right? You can
Okay.
add in a phrase there, or you can add in something else also about the situations which happens with most of the people, and then they start blaming the situation. No, you can make it like a introduction, and then you can add in your story what you did, and then the conclusion.
Conclusion. Right. Right. Okay. I'll keep that in mind for the next time.
Yes,
But I want to say something, that although it's called extempore, but it's not actually an extempore, because we know beforehand what's the topic, and we have the time to think about it.
exactly. It is. It is. So it's okay if you want to try and take it as a challenge. Then I can give you a topic, and then you can speak about it. We can do that ways also. I don't mind doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You need to prepare yourself, like all the learners, that yes, this is how the extempore topic comes, and you have to think about it. Sometimes they don't, of course, go through the topics also, and they just want to speak on the spot. But yes, this is just to prepare the learners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So have you given any extempores in your school days or college days?
Yeah, in my school life, once we had a chance to do an extempore, but we were not so good in English during
Yes.
that time.
Right.
So we just, you know, it was very bleak. The speech was very bleak, and we just blurted out anything that we could,
Yeah,
to be
right.
honest.
So, what do you feel? Giving extempores is easier, speech is easier, or giving a presentation is easier? What are your
Obviously,
views?
I think my observations are that giving a presentation is far easier, because you have already prepared with everything, your content, your slides, and you know what to talk about. Uh,
Right.
but when it comes to extempore, you have to think on your feet. You
Hmm.
have to come up with ideas, with a story or with content.
Right.
You must know about the topic that you are going to talk. You must be able to elaborate. So it really depends on uh, your knowledge.
Your
How
knowledge.
vast is your knowledge? And
True.
yeah,
Yeah, and plus, if you know the structure of it, you will definitely do good in it because you know now, okay, I know I have to speak about this and I have to speak in a certain manner, and then just keep adding
right,
more. Yeah, and it's
right,
always
right.
a success when you add a story in that. Always a success.
Yeah,
Whenever
yeah,
you see any orators coming on stage and speaking, they will always start with an introduction and they will start immediately with their story.
right, right.
Yeah. Okay. So great. Let's talk about the future now. What will cities be like after 50 years from now? Okay. So think about how these will change. What do you think about crime rate?
Crime rate. I have no idea about it, but I think it would be the same as it is now. I'm not very uh, enthusiastic about it getting any low. Although the manner in which the crime happens, that might change. Uh, but yeah, I think it would be the same.
So if you talk about the manner, can you give an example that what will happen?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like nowadays, the most if it comes to stealing money or robbery or burglary, so 50 years from now, I think most of the transaction would be digital. Almost all of them will be digital. So it would be more of the crime would be more of sort of a digital nature. The cyber crimes,
Yes,
those
right,
might increase.
right, right.
Yeah,
I agree with you. And it's actually increasing. If you go to see, there are many things which
yeah,
is
yeah.
coming up, like for your awareness, something or the other,
Yes,
coming
yes.
in WhatsApp and other platforms that you have to be careful about. So yes,
I
there
mean,
are.
yeah, we have been. I mean, you must have also been have uh, experienced it firsthand. All those messages that we gave, although we get all those spam that we get. You have won a lottery, or even I have gotten so many calls from people that they're telling me I'm from Amazon. You have won a car. So yeah, these are the really things that are happening, and you got to be very cautious about these things, not fall into the trap of
Right.
these.
So who do you think will be the real victims of this?
I think the real victims would be mostly people who are uh, the right, who are not tech aware, who are not tech literate,
Right.
and yeah, and who are gullible.
Correct. And also the elderly people, because I myself
Yes,
have a lot of people, known people, like the elderly people, they don't know that, and very innocently they get into the talks and they give the
right,
OTP and things like that.
right. The
Mm,
elder people are the most uh, to fall
vulnerable.
prey to this thing, because that demographic is the most that don't know much about technology.
Correct, correct. And taking out the numbers and all from them, it becomes easier.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, sure.
Oh, correct. Okay, so what about the buildings and the infrastructure? What do you feel about that? After 50 years, how it will be?
I guess it would be inclined more towards materials that are eco-friendly. Mm,
Mhm.
there would be more weightage on how you can uh, mitigate the pollution problems by using some the materials that are environmental friendly,
Mhm.
such as reducing the use of cement,
Right.
and also I think buildings will get bigger and bigger ever, and like they would sort of try to uh, uh, make us city, try to accommodate a small city in one big huge building.
Right.
That might be the, I think.
Yes, and Mumbai is the biggest example for that. In fact, yesterday I was seeing this building. It looked like like a spaceship just going to launch and just going up. And it was really it was really, I was just amused to see that how people are staying in that building, because it was like 40 story tall, and how people
Mhm.
are staying there. It was even the area below. It didn't look like that they had gardens and everything. But people are,
Okay.
yes, they are buying such houses in crores and crores of, they're investing
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So yes, because to stay in big cities, and of course the lifestyle and everything is increasing, and they have to do it. But yes, I think that this is the future. This is going to be there, like all the New Yorks and everything. The Mumbai is also turning into that.
yeah, yeah. You can
Yeah.
definitely see Mumbai.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so just coming to, I would not ask more questions. Do you have any questions? Because we're also coming to the end of the session.
Hmm, not any questions as such. Uh, just out of just a random question. Uh, what is your favorite non-native English accent?
Non-native.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say that because I'm an Indian, I like the way we speak. It's quite
Okay.
clear. It's quite clear, and it's not
It's
that
clear.
we
Yeah,
have.
it's clear.
It's very clear. We are precise to our answers. So even if you see that the way we all are speaking, it's understood by most of the other countries.
Yes,
So
most of the people, most of the, especially the English speaking people, are able to discern what we speak very
Mhm.
efficiently. And we also, the good English speakers also tend to uh, not make many grammatical mistakes.
Yes, right,
And
right.
but on the having said that, I have seen on television that many these Brits and the US people are they feel that Indian accent is quite cringe.
Yes. See, because they have been listening to their own accent, so for
Right.
them it's a very different one. But if you go to the Asian countries, I have lived in Singapore.
Yes.
We used to
Okay.
love the accent we used to speak. It was quite clear,
Okay.
and we wanted to speak the way we speak. In fact, I was because I was surrounded most of the Chinese people out there. I didn't want to, take away their accent because that was spoiling my way of talking. So, that's
Right.
something which is
No,
important.
we should never try to change our accent. This is what we are.
Exactly.
This is what defines us, our culture.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we should be proud of our accent.
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
Many people I have seen, like Priyanka Chopra, she's trying to uh, copy the English, the American accent,
Yes.
and it looks so fake and just made up that it just doesn't feel pleasant.
Right, right. But there are many of them. If you see, there are many of the celebrities who are trying to imbibe those kind of accents. But yes, I think she had her own past. She was born and brought up there. Not born, I would say, but she was brought up in America. So that's why she had the strong accent, and she is trying to, use the same thing. So that can be one of the reasons. But yes, it's personal choice that people try to start speaking like that, and
Yeah,
it's good enough for you if you're doing very well in that. If you're not faking
yeah,
it, then of course it is good. If it's naturally coming out.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's there. Now, in fact, my niece, she speaks in British accent because she goes to British school. So that's not her
Okay.
problem. She's been,
No, no, that's totally fine,
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's
That's
where she is growing up, and she
exactly,
automatically inculcates that way of
exactly.
speaking. So that's totally fine. But people trying to emulate, and they are not able to do it faithfully. So it doesn't feel kind of natural, in
Right,
my
right, right,
opinion.
right. Okay,
By the
Anurag.
way,
Yeah.
yeah. By
Yes,
the way,
please.
my favorite non-native English accents are Japanese and French.
Oh, that's nice. French is a very different one. It
Yeah.
completely changes English when they are speaking. If you go to see
Yes.
their,
Yes.
the web series and all that, it's completely
Yeah.
different. If you like it, yes. If you can, not change it, but if some of them you just personally like it. How they,
Especially their R's that they use.
yes, yes,
Mahsi, like no,
yeah.
they do that thing.
Right, right, right. So,
So give me a
I'm
quick. Could you
other
please
language.
give me a quick feedback, and we'll end it.
Yes, yes,
Wrap it
yes,
up.
definitely. So today, I think, yeah, of course, you spoke very well. I have been already meeting you many times. I've met you many times now. So you have been speaking very well. You're trying to inculcate a lot of new words at the same time. You, as I told you, you also inculcate idioms, which is good enough. So I would just say keep increasing it. That's good enough. And also at the same time, eye contact has to increase. Okay.